Hey friends, Sam Haymart for Test Driven TV. I've been spending some time this week with a 2016 Kia Optima. This is a fully loaded SXL Limited with a turbocharged engine. So it's got all the options, it's got all the power. And so today on our little drive, we're just going to sort of explore a lot of these new features and see what this thing's really like to drive. While it looks very similar to the previous generation Optima, it's all new from the ground up for 2016 with a chassis that stretches slightly longer, taller, and wider than before. It has a longer wheelbase now at 110.4 inches and it's now 1.2 inches wider. Styling continues Kia's European theme of late with an extended array of detailing that comes off more premium than before. Up front is a grille with deep chrome details and HID xenon headlamps that features Kia's light bending technology. This means they auto-level and turn with you at night. Our fully loaded SX Limited has larger machined 18-inch wheels that highlight red-painted brake calipers front and rear, and at the rear, dual exhaust outlets highlight the high-performance theme, as does the subtle rear deck spoiler. Of note with the 2016 Optima is that its trademark chrome roof strip still extends over the back like the frames of fashionable sunglasses, but the silhouette gains an additional window at the C-pillar that makes it look a bit longer than before. Those larger dimensions provided by its longer and wider stance have gone straight to the cabin, where the passengers in the rear and up front are now afforded more generous legroom and headroom. The SX Limited features diamond-stitched Napa leather hides on its chairs, seen here in a rich shade of aubergine. The front seats are both power adjustable, with the driver getting memory settings, and they feature both heating and ventilation up front. I found them very comfortable and easy to adjust to the right place, with the steering wheel also tilting and telescoping. The wheel features a full boat of controls for both the infotainment system and the instrument cluster information display, which is well laid out and easy to use. The center stack is clean in its design, with a logical layout of controls both for the HVAC and the infotainment system. One of the most striking things I'm finding here is the elevated quality that Kia's really brought to the game here in the last 10 years. Almost every Kia I sit in now, the switchgear quality, everything you touch and feel, it's just much better than it ever used to be. So if you've never sat in a Kia, or if it's been 5 or 10 years since you have, you really need to sort of get a second look here, because when it comes to the midsize sedan class, there are a lot of competitors out there. We've got Ford with the Fusion. I don't think the Fusion's up to this level. We've got the Camry, definitely rental grade in my opinion, at least as it compares to this. If I were to compare anything to this in terms of quality, overall design, fit and finish, I put it right up there with a Honda Accord. I really think it's that good. Now, there are a few things here which this car has, because it's fully loaded, that I do want to point out because they're nice features. The first one being down here in the well where the phone goes, it's got the Qi wireless charger. Nice little feature down there, and of course all the ports and plugs you'll ever need to plug your phone in are down there as well. Now, the other thing that's very important to me when it comes to these infotainment and touchscreen systems is a whole bank here of hard controls. You're not forced to go up here and hunt and peck through menu after menu when you're using this infotainment system. Most of the most common used controls are right here, right there on the dash, and simple buttons that are easy to see, reach, and touch when you're out driving around. The rear seats can fold down in a 60-40 split to enable more cargo area to its trunk, which is already sizable at 15.9 cubic feet and lined with materials of a decent quality. The liftover height is low and the opening size not too small, and under the trunk floor is a temporary spare tire. As you can see back here, there's plenty of room in the back seat. These front seats here, they're not all the way forward or back, so I've got plenty of space. They could even come back another inch or two and it wouldn't be a problem. Headroom's very good, even with the panoramic sunroof. The only thing I'd point out as far as the seating position is this lower cushion seems a little bit low for my taste. As you can see, my knees are perched up just a little bit. Not a lot of support going on here, but of course, that's not going to matter to everyone. It's just my particular size and preferences here. Some nice features back here. I've got air vents, very nice in the summer when it's hot here in Arizona. And if you've got device users in the back seat, there's both a USB port and a power port. So if you've got long trips, nobody's going to be complaining about not having power to charge their devices. And also, because we are in the premium model, you've got a pretty nice little sunshade back here as well. Very cool. The interior, as you can tell, I thought was well executed with class-leading, if not above-class quality and design. The best part is that what's good here even filters down to the base trim grades, which contributes to my scoring at 5 of 5 stars. Technologies here include Kia's latest generation Uvo touchscreen infotainment and navigation system, which is very easy to use whether you tap its hard controls or the touchscreen. Menus are thoughtfully designed and easy to learn. Audio quality from the Harman Kardon top-end system is downright phenomenal and worth a step up to this trim level just to get it, and I might add almost worth choosing this car over some of its competitors. Technology score in at 5 of 5 stars. Under the hood of the SX and SXL is the 2-liter direct-injected turbocharged engine, which for 2016 offers up 245 horsepower and 260 pound-feet of torque. It comes mated to a 6-speed automatic transmission that loves manual shifting and features steering wheel mounted paddle shifters. It's spunky. This engine actually, even though it's been detuned a little bit for this year, down 29 horsepower, it still has a pleasant little power curve. It kind of puts a smile on your face when you're rolling it through the gears out here on a back road. And the best part about it is that it's got a refinement level that's actually better than before. And of course, that's part and parcel to the fact that they've detuned a little bit. But the overall driving experience is just as much fun. This transmission works very well with it in delivering shifts when you want it, and the paddle shifters, they work reasonably well, even though most paddle shifters, they're toys. These actually do a pretty good job of, well, letting you feel like you're in control. But overall, I'm pretty impressed with this powertrain because for what it is, it just has a nice personality. It's not as fast as, say, some of the V6s you might find out there in competitors, but it's more than fast enough to make this family sedan fun enough to drive that it's worth spending out for the option. Fuel economy was one of the reasons Kia elected to retune this turbocharged engine for 2016. It now has an EPA rating of 22 mpg city, 32 mpg highway, and 25 mpg combined. The best part, however, is that I easily overshot these with 28 mpg combined city and highway in my week with it. I was very impressed, scoring this powertrain at 5 of 5 stars. As far as chassis tuning is concerned, they've done a really good job here giving this a sporting feel, yet retaining a level of refinement and a nice quiet ride in here that you rarely get those two in the same place. You usually trade off a lot of ride comfort and refinement for a stiffer and more responsive handling experience. And so what Kia's managed to do here is give you a nice, precise, and nimble feel that it feels good to throw it in a curve out here, yet the noise level and quiet and the harshness level over bumps is still on par with what you'd expect in most family sedans. Steering feel is really top of the class when it comes to these four-door sedans. These aren't sports cars, but it's nice when you can push a car into a corner and feel like you've got some precision going on, and that really transcends to all levels of the ride and drive experience here. It's just very well done and refined. Much of the goodness found in its chassis comes from a 58% stiffer body structure this year that uses more high-strength steel than ever. Details like the 4-bushing subframes, larger rear control arms, and rack-mounted electric power steering all contribute to its improved ride and drive, bringing chassis score to 5 of 5 stars. Quality, believe it or not, isn't the strong suit of some of the best sellers in the midsize sedan class. Some simply get away with being mediocre. Here, the fit and finish of the interior, the body fit, and the overall feel is top of the class with cars like the Honda Accord. Quality feel comes in at 5 of 5 stars. As to safety, the IIHS has not yet tested the 2016 Kia Optima, though last year's model was rated as a top safety pick. With the improved structure and available crash prevention systems for 2016, it has a good chance of scoring just as well when it is tested. Well, folks, rounding it up for the Kia Optima, I'm pretty impressed overall. This is a very well put together car. It offers a lot of features for the money. So let's look at the specs here and really get to that. We're at $35,000 on this one, pretty much fully loaded. It's got virtually everything on this thing that you can get. And so
topping out at that point, if you look at some of the competitors, there are a couple of them out there that you can spend more money on. The Honda Accord sticks out in my head as one of the vehicles you can spend quite a bit more money on. The Ford Fusion as well. That said, I think we have a pretty good value here, especially when you factor in the fuel economy and the overall package you get with this powertrain, not to mention all these options. So I put value at 5 stars. When you put that in with everything else we've already talked about, we're at 5 stars for the week. Pretty good. I'm Sam Haymar for Test Driven TV. I hope you enjoyed the ride. Well, folks, if you like the test drive you just saw, click on the link right here on your screen and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We test drive 1, sometimes 2 cars every week. Plus, we have a new video just like this almost every day. There's always something new. So stay tuned.